Hello, Gemini. This is going to be your June 2021 General Tarot reading. Happy birthday if you are a Gemini sun sign. I've been doing these according to the most views for the previous month. And so you and Aries were the very last ones on the list with only like 20 something views for you guys. And so, unfortunately, you are getting your reading as the second to the last person for this month. If you want to be a little bit higher up on the list than this for next month, maybe try to encourage other Gemini people to watch, or do whatever you can to try to increase the views for me. That would really help me out a lot. It's sad for me sometimes because I know I have a really strong, loyal base that has been watching me for years, and then there are people that just click on it for a few seconds and then click off. And the numbers of views fluctuates each month, but it just seems like you guys are starting to dwindle a little bit, you and Aries. So hopefully more of you will be watching in the future. Happy birthday, and boy, what a strange time to have Mercury retrograde. I don't know if you guys are feeling it. You probably are, since something in your chart is ruled by Mercury. I myself have my Mercury in Virgo, which is the other sign besides you guys that Mercury rules. So I have a mercurial Mercury, and every single time Mercury goes retrograde, it always affects my speech, always. But for some reason, this month it seems to be a little bit worse. I don't know if it's the aspects of it for me. But just to give you a heads up, I might slur yeah, just did it right now. I might slur my words a little bit. I might stutter. I might forget what I'm talking about. I might say the wrong word. So just to be tolerant of it, there's nothing I can really do about it. It's just the way that it is. I'm sure you can understand. So here we go. This reading is for you if you are a Gemini rising, sun, moon, or Venus. This reading may or may not resonate for you because it is geared towards a collective rather than an individual. There may be certain parts of the reading that resonate with you strongly. Other parts might not at all. The whole reading might resonate and be your reading. So use your own discretion with deciding on whether it resonates or not. And if for some odd reason it does not resonate at all for you this month, you may want to check out your other placements in your chart or your other signs. See if any of those readings resonate for you more. So all that being said, if you would like to skip through this part and just go straight to the reading, there is a timestamp down below in the description box. And this month, in order to save time, I'm going to pick all your clarifiers all at once. And that way I don't have to interrupt the reading all the time in order to pick out new cards. All right. So let's see what comes out for you guys for June, your month. Gemini season. And I always get a kick out of how June is actually named after the goddess Juno, who is the goddess of marriage. And it seems like June has always been a very popular month to have weddings. And you guys also rule the lovers, major arcana in the tarot, or twin flames. Okay, here we go. Ready? Hopefully you can hear me okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So this month I'm using the Everyday Enchantment Tarot for your main layout, and then for your clarifiers I'm going to be using the Gaian Tarot, and I might possibly use the Enchanted Map Oracle cards for your clarifiers as well. It just depends on how I feel. Okay, let me pick the clarifiers. Nice. Ah, very nice. Yeah. Whoa. Unexpected, weird ending, you guys. What the heck is all that? All right, let me see. I'm gonna have to pick more. Oh my gosh. What? Okay. Not to freak you out or anything, just a really strange bunch of cards. Okay, all right. I'll deal with that later. Okay, here we go. Ready? As your central experience for June 2021, you have Major Arcana the Hermit in with the Eight of Air, otherwise known as the Eight of Swords. And it looks to me as though perhaps you are studying something, or you're reading a book about something about communication in of itself. Maybe you're reading a book about nonviolent communication, or you're looking into knowledge that you can acquire, or an idea that can spark your own ideas on how to better communicate with other people. Or it may be that instead of trying to communicate with people this month, you should be spending some time alone, away from the village, away from the town, away from the people in the city, away from people that you work with, and just kind of, instead of getting involved with trying to work out some kind of a conflict among people, or trying to hash out things right now, because Mercury is retrograde, I'm seeing elements in your reading that says that communication is highly frustrated for you this month. I don't know if this particular Mercury retrograde is somehow aspecting you in a way where you're feeling it more strongly than other Mercury retrogrades have. But it seems as though your main thing for this month is to either just keep your mouth shut and just not respond or not interact, or wait until you are calm and then interact. And you may want to do something this month where you say something and then you have the other person repeat what they thought you said. So if there are any miscommunications or any misunderstandings, you catch them right away instead of later on. It may be that you say things that other people misinterpret and they just don't understand it, or they think that you said something completely different than what you said, or vice versa, or both. And so instead of trying to communicate properly, or instead of trying to deal with it, you may just want to walk away this month temporarily and do a few things that you've been meaning to do on your own. Like if you have a novel you've been meaning to read and you've been putting it off because of things that you are busy with, this might be the perfect opportunity to make a cup of tea and read that novel. Or if you have pets, maybe tidy. I'm getting something about tidying up. So you may want to tidy up your space, tidy up your own mind, tidy up your home, so that you can think straight. It seems like perhaps things have gotten too cluttered, either physically in your environment too cluttered, or too cluttered with how people are communicating with each other. Like communication is cluttered. And so instead of trying to make sense out of it, or trying to fix it, or you may just want to take it easy this month and do your own thing, or go out for a walk, or pick up a hobby, or do something that you enjoy that you feel as though you haven't had the time to do. Try not to let it get to you. So your challenge could be, again, with communication. This is actually your court card. This is the Gemini court card, the Knight of Swords, or the Knight of Air. And this is the Major Arcana, the Sun, which is a Leo Major Arcana card. So it may be, again, that communication is rough this month. There may be misunderstandings, or you just simply by being yourself, you may be misinterpreted as being rude or obnoxious, or too wordy or too vocal, or you are easily misunderstood this month, or people are projecting things on you simply just by you being who you are. And if you're not careful, you could make a careless mistake this month. So just to, not a huge bad one or anything, just something that later on you wish you hadn't made. And so just be mindful and try not to rush. Try not to rush this month. If you rush this month, you may have some kind of strange, make a strange little mistake, or have a small accident, like you might cut your hand, or you might make a mistake on someone's hair. If, you know, use the analogy of the hairdresser here. She doesn't look too happy about what he's doing with her hair right now. So just slow down a little bit, you know, come back to yourself and then do the things that you have to do. You also might be having an issue where you have had an argument with a Leo, or you're having a difference in miscommunications go on with a Leo or a fire sign that is possibly interfering with your happiness. Like there's something, the miscommunications or the problems with communication are making you struggle with your own happiness this month. Or your normal thing that you do that is creative, that makes you incredibly happy to do it. It seems like there is a small chance here, or a chance here for a small mistake, which could possibly interfere with your reputation in what you do. So be careful. Like, don't leave your cell phone accidentally on top of your car. Or if you're working with tools, make sure that your tools are in working order. Or if you're working with electrical stuff, make sure you have protection gear on, otherwise you could electrocute yourself. There's a million things that could go wrong. So just your advice is to go a little bit slow and to take your time. If there is some kind of an argument or a fight or a misunderstanding with a Leo, just let it be, instead of trying to get them to see what you actually were saying or whatever it is. Just let it be for a little bit. Maybe wait until after Mercury goes direct, or try one time to correct it. If they are not receptive, then just work on your own happiness. So what is helping you is the Ace of Wands. In with Awakening, in other decks, Awakening is called Judgment, and it's a major arcana card. So it looks as though you are having a rebirth of creativity of all different kinds, or a rebirth where all of a sudden you have more energy than you have had, where you feel capable, you have the energy, you feel motivated to start something new in your life, some new path of action, or a new creation, or a new, possibly a new romance or a new passion with someone, or a new passion in your life, to go after a new passion in your life, whether it's a person or a hobby or an interest or something you're learning or something you would like to create. And what is helping you is just to feel a sense of motivation to get super creative right now. And it seems as though you have plenty of energy to be able to do so. Maybe before you had some kind of a creative block, whether it was painter's block or writer's block, or normally you are inspired and being creative, but for some reason it's been frustrated or just not that active. But it looks like what is helping you is in June is that you are reinvigorated. This is excellent, and it's good to go after what you want, or to just do what you want right now. And at your roots, you have Major Arcana, the Teacher. In other decks, this is called the Hierophant, and the Three of Wands. So you have growth of action here. It looks like that Ace of Wands turns into a Three of Wands relatively quickly. And to me, I'm just getting a direct message about some kind of a guided tour, or a guided pilgrimage, or a guided expedition, where there's a guide involved, which is very experienced for whatever this is, in order for you to expand, in order for you to continue to grow what you have been doing. It looks as though you need some expertise, or you need to call somebody else into this picture and pick their brain about their experiences. If you're learning something new, or studying something that you would like to do, or you're doing research on it first before you do it and just make it happen. You may be completely new to this, and it does help to research beforehand or possibly look at some reviews or other people's input on their experiences with it or what they learned from the experience in written form or on the computer or whatever. It also looks like you may want to pick the brain of an actual real person that is around you that is very familiar or teaches this thing, whatever it is that you're interested in doing. Or to, again, if you've been wanting to, hike the Appalachian Trail, or to go to a sacred site, or to go do something physical, you may want to have it be a guided thing where someone in this picture has already done this and knows what to expect, instead of 3 totally new people that have no idea what they're doing or they've never done it before. So this can also be that you are this teacher, or you are getting you are a guide for some kind of expedition or something that is being done where you get to share your knowledge with other people who will take that knowledge and it will help them on their journey, or vice versa. So, and also to trust your own wise self within, trust your own innate knowledge, your own innate wisdom on how to proceed with something. And also I'm getting another message in here about patience, about taking your time. Don't rush. You don't want to rush with this, otherwise mistakes could be made that you regret later. So take your time with it, find a good pace with it. And this could be anything. It doesn't have to be, obviously, climbing Mount Everest or something. This could be anything that you have begun, which is helping you to begin it and just do it instead of researching so much or taking your sweet time. But it seems as though this is your remedy this month, is to take it slow, take your time, possibly research, possibly have some alone time, read a novel, do whatever makes you feel grounded or calm, where you're not having your psyche be disturbed by lots of communication right now that is a little bit skewed or too hard right now. Okay, so in the recent past, it looks as though, okay, you have the 8 of Cups in with the Canoe in other decks. This is called the Chariot, which is a vehicle, by the way. So it looks as though recently you have had to walk away from some kind of a messy situation, possibly disappointed, or there's a feeling of disappointment with this, or a need to walk away in order to maintain emotional peace with yourself. It was getting too messy or too complicated or just too much, too overwhelming. And so instead of focusing on unresolved things from the past or messy situations that have recently cropped up, instead it looks as though you have decided to fully move forward and not look back at the past, to focus on the future, to focus on future goals, to focus on moving forward, and possibly having a goal to make your life less complicated. And again, there's something about a messy environment here. Maybe, maybe your car needs to be fixed, or maybe your car is incredibly messy and dirty and you need to clean up your car. If for some reason, well, let's see, is there anything in here that is about that? I don't know. I feel like you need to tie up loose ends, or you need to clean up your life, whether it's mental, emotional, physical. You might need to clean up your car. Maybe your car's too dirty, or there's too much trash or something inside your car. That is inadvertently creating negative feng shui energy in your life. Your car is what you use to go someplace, which is towards goals, right? So if you, according to feng shui, you know, if you want to go anywhere in your life, you might want to clean up your vessel. This could be your car. This could also be your body, you know. Let's see. This is a Cancer Major Arcana card. The Cancer rules the stomach. It rules the chest or breasts. It rules the uterus, the stomach, the breast, or the breast area of the chest. It rules the lymph system and systems in the body. You might want to detox. You might want to do like some kind of a cleanse, or be careful of what you're eating. You might be eating something that is irritating your stomach. Or you simply need to just clean up your environment. But recently you have decided to move forward, away from the past, and to not look back at past messy situations that perhaps were not able to be cleaned up, and to seek a different experience, or you have formulated goals that you would like to achieve or go towards. Your best possible outcome is 2 Major Arcana cards. You have the Magician and the Empress. This is amazing. So yeah, you are gung-ho and motivated to go towards more creativity in your life, or create more creativity in your life. Possibly do something fun with a child. If you have children or a family situation, you may want to do something this month to nurture your child, or do something fun with your child, or to do something that encourages your child with their talents or their gifts, or simply just to spend quality time with them, period. This can be, yeah, it's just an extreme motivation and willingness to get extremely creative. And also to focus on happiness, or focus on staying positive, and empowering yourself to feel capable of manifestation in your life. You may have manifested some kind of a great blessing or period of abundance that is coming in at this time. You might be working on something that is really creative, and this is bringing more abundance into your life. You may be recognized for some talent that you have. And this can also be manifesting love. Your best possible outcome is to manifest love with the right person that feels really motivating, encouraging, and also extremely creative. Could be an artist, or someone who brings beauty to the environment, or possibly a musician. It looks amazing. So in the future, it looks like you need a vacation, or some time out spent possibly in wilderness, or in the countryside, or in the woods, or to spend more time outdoors rather than in the house. This is reminding me of that card from before. She's leaving the mess behind. She's leaving the house, and she's walking towards that open doorway to go outside, where things look simpler, or are simpler, or she's able to find clarity instead of being surrounded by mess. You might want to go camping. This is the Hanged Man, or the tree, with these 4 of blades. So this is finding peace of mind. This is finding an environment that is peaceful with very little clutter in it, where you can think straight, where you can relax, where you can enjoy nature. You might want to go camping, or spend time outside in a beautiful arboretum, or a garden, or someplace pretty, where you can tune in with yourself and just relax and listen to the birds chirp. Be surrounded by beauty and simplicity. And this is simply Some people don't like camping. Some people are not camping types. So it's whatever brings you peace, whatever that might be. Whatever brings you peace of mind, whatever makes you feel balanced emotionally, balanced mentally, and seeing things from a different perspective. Maybe something has happened where you need to get clarity on it, or you need to see it in a different way in order to find peace of mind. And this is kind of taking time out. This is reminding me of the hermit from before. Some people are not camping types. You may just want to read a novel or do whatever it is that you enjoy that brings you a sense of peace, or coming back to yourself, or getting grounded, or looking at something from a different perspective, or getting information or knowledge that can help you understand things from a different perspective. And this may be by spending quiet moments alone. And again, to stay away from the madness of communication this month, it seems as though it's more important for you to take a step back and just not engage. Otherwise, it could create some issues, just simply because of Mercury retrograde or just whatever is going on right now. You don't necessarily have to be a part of it. Whatever issue that these people are discussing, this is a talking stick council here, where they are passing the talking stick around. When you have the talking stick in your hand, it is your time to speak, and it is everyone else's obligation to be silent and to listen instead of interrupting. That way, when there is an issue with a family, a community, a group of people who work together, possibly, that way each person gets a chance to have their say, or say what their issues are, or their perspective of it. And eventually, the more that this talking stick gets passed around, however many times, they may be able to actually come up with a solution together, or some kind of a decision together. But whatever is going on in this picture, it doesn't look like you necessarily have a part to play in this, or you necessarily don't really need to be in this council. It may involve something that has nothing to do with you, but you know these people. They may have invited you to join or to be a part of it, but it seems to me as though that is not really what you need to be doing this month. It seems like what you really need to be doing is separating yourself from groups so that you can find some inner peace with yourself and some silence. Maybe you're just tired of people talking, or the same issues happening and people going around and around and around with it. If something can't be brought to a place of closure, how many times do you have to sit? How long do you have to sit there and listen to it if no conclusion ever gets made, or it's just an endless conversation? So you right now have the 8 of Wands. Things are speeding up, and it looks as though you need to make some kind of a choice, or you are trying to think up what is the best thing to decide on some kind of a matter. It might be that you receive notice that you have to leave your home. Maybe the renter who rents the home to you has decided to sell the house, and so you've been given notice that you're going to have to move out of the house and find a different place. Or this could be deciding whether or not you should sell your house, or deciding on whether or not you should buy a house. But whatever it is, those are all metaphors or examples. So no matter what this decision is, it seems like you need to tune in again, like find peace of mind, find a quiet spot where you can listen to your own thoughts and figure out what is the best decision for you to make. If you've received notice that you have to move, you're looking into your options of what could be available to you, it's kind of visualizing what you would like to find, but also putting the word out there to see if you hear through the grapevine about anything that you could go with. Or whatever it happens to be. It looks like getting away from the action or the busyness or the time constraints and taking some time out in order to figure out what is the best thing to do or say or go with. And in your surroundings, it looks like you are being recognized for some kind of talent. You might be an artist, you might be a musician, you might be an athlete, you might be a master chef. You might be whatever your talents are. It looks like you are being recognized for your talents. Maybe you're playing a part in some kind of a community venture or community activity or some kind of community event where you somehow win a competition or other people are able to see your talents. Or this could be a goal that you have that you would like to reach, something that you have been working on building up or creating. Maybe you're organizing something. Maybe you're helping to organize something that would affect the community somehow, or possibly even making a piece of art that would be public, like a mural or business signs or a soup kitchen truck, giving away food to people who need it through a truck where you would be able, or selling food. If you're a master chef, maybe you're deciding to get a food truck and then going to various gatherings, whether they're marathons, festivals, Saturday markets, whatever, and peddling your wares in public spaces. Or this could be a lot of things, but it looks good to me. It looks like you are being creative and you're being recognized for your talents and what you enjoy. And you're choosing to possibly even turn a passion of yours into a way of making money, or possibly creating your own business or your own way of making money where you do not have to work under someone else or for someone else. So, oh man, this is your hopes and fears. Okay, I am getting again the same message to keep your mouth shut, don't interact, don't let it get to you. If you get triggered, don't talk. It could make things way worse than they already are. So here I see, this is the Five of Blades, otherwise known as the Five of Swords, and this is the Seven of Fire, or the Seven of Wands. This is very clear to me. I don't know if you can see it too. This is a boss, looks angry, negative, possibly going through something in their own life that is making them more disagreeable than usual, or more argumentative or mean to their employees than usual. And I see a worker. I see a boss and I see a worker or an employee. And here you are, minding your own business, cranking away, doing your thing, working hard, knocking things out. And this boss just seems overbearing, just in your face, demanding that you go faster or that you do something that just seems really stressful. It seems to me like your hope is to just keep on going and not respond, or not let it get to you, or not let it trigger you, and to just go at a pace that is good. Don't try to go too quickly this month because you could end up having an accident. If this boss is saying, quicker, 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 more, 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 and she is working with hot iron. If she accidentally has something happen, she could severely burn herself here, or she could significantly injure herself in this situation if she tried to hurry too fast. So your hope is to not get involved in the drama, and that's reminding me of whatever this was too. To not get involved in the drama, not to let the drama get to you, not to respond to the drama, to just focus on your own internal world this month so that you do not inadvertently make things worse or even more difficult. It might be that she, in this situation, is thinking, gosh, I really need to just start my own business or not work for a boss anymore. Instead of dealing with this, I think I'm going to start working towards the goal of creating my own thing instead of having to put up with this anymore. That way you could work at your own pace. You could slow down a little bit. You could reap all of the monetary benefits from what you're doing instead of possibly making money for someone else and then getting the dregs of whatever is left over from what they get from what you are doing. So your fear is that somehow you're going to get involved, or that they're going to make you have to be involved in whatever this weirdness is. But your hope is to just stay focused, ignore it for now, just keep on going, don't get involved. And this is the most bizarre combination of cards I've ever seen in a long time. And it is very different from the rest of the reading, so I don't know exactly what this is. So first you have the 8 of Blades, feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, overworked, the same existence or the same reality day after day after day. And again, it's a woman who is looking out of a window or a doorway, or while there is a big mess behind her, like she can't even deal with the mess anymore. It's just too much. And so you might be feeling trapped in the future by something. Could be, this is the Devil in other decks. In this deck, it's called Bindweed. You might feel bound or trapped in a situation that is not good, or it's not good for your mental, emotional, or physical health, but you have to stick with it somehow. Maybe it's a toxic job. Maybe it's a toxic job, or a toxic boss, or a toxic something in your life that you are starting to realize that you need out and you don't want to be in this anymore, or it's just become too overwhelming or too difficult or too toxic at this point where you're realizing something has to end here. Either you quit, or you get fired, or you are told by this is a metaphor, you guys, you're told by an owner of where you live that you are being evicted, or they're deciding to sell the house instead of renting it anymore, or you have to somehow move or leave. You need to leave some kind of a situation here that has become so toxic that if you don't leave it yourself, because you also have this 10 of Earth here, which is the man walking away, a cycle has completed. You've done everything you could possibly do with a certain cycle here. And so now it is time to just naturally walk away towards something different or something new. But something about this looks crunched or difficult, like you receive news at the last minute, or you suddenly become aware that you will not be able to. Maybe the business fails, or you get fired, or something happens to knock you out of this, whether you like it or not, and you will no longer be able to be in this situation anymore because the universe is taking you. If you don't leave of your own accord, which, notice, if you left of your own accord, if you changed your situation and went towards something new yourself of your own free will, the outcome would be so much more relaxing, so much more positive, so much more organic than if you did not leave and if the universe took it away, which this is the Tower. If you don't leave, the universe is going to take it away from you. It is not meant to continue in your life, whether you like it or not. Maybe you don't like it at all. It's just worries about finances, or how would you do it, or what would you do next, or what about your security, but it looks like your security is being taken away anyway by the universe if you don't leave now. So my advice to you is to follow the signs and leave in a timely fashion, or walk away in a timely fashion rather than hesitating or taking too long to walk away. Because if you take too long, it could end up becoming some kind of a disaster, or then you're really in hot water then, because then you're more in a time crunch than if you just left of your own accord. Whatever this is, whether this is a toxic relationship, or a toxic work situation, or a toxic living situation, whatever it is, it has become way too messy. Or you may find out somehow that structurally it is not capable of being salvaged because of, I don't know, pests, mold, water damage, whatever. So if you choose to walk away, if you choose to go towards something new, you will have great fortune. The signs will present themselves. Your next steps will become apparent. What you need will be provided to you by the universe if you just go in the right direction, if you move forward rather than backwards, or try to hang on to something that needs to crumble. If you walk away, if you walk towards the future, and if you follow the signs, you will have exactly everything that you need, and it will not be a scary, horrible thing. You might, if you have to leave your home, you may end up finding a home that's less expensive and way better than the one that you had before. So try not to cling to what you have simply because you are used to it or it is familiar. And you will have much luck if you choose to walk away from whatever that is. Okay, hopefully that helped or made sense for someone or a group of you. And I wish you all the best. Again, happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful June, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.